Hey everyone, it's Allison Bachmeyer here. Just wanted to share a little bit more information with you about the certification for becoming a certified body talker and the exam particularly. So I have all the steps outlined on my website about what needs to happen to become a CBP. However, I always get asked this question about what's entailed in the exam and how do you study and prep for that. So here is a lowdown in just a couple of quick minutes here for you. Okay. So the exam has two parts to it. And the first part that I'll talk about is the oral part or the practical component. Now, every instructor is a little bit different, so you want to check with your supervising instructor, your examiner, and see how they have it structured. For myself, typically speaking, and this is in my experience fairly common amongst all the supervising instructors out there, that we do it in a oral fashion. And what that means and looks like is you recite the charts from memory, top to bottom, everything that's on them, with the exception of the IBA's phone number, other than an address. Other than that, knowing everything that's on the protocol chart and everything that's on the procedure chart. Take a look at the bottom right-hand corner. There's stuff on that chart. You need to know that. So make sure you go through that and memorize all those pieces and elements. Okay. And the other part is then you'll go through after you recite the charts and verbalize the techniques and what's involved. So for instance, an SB technique, here's where my hands go, and then you can either verbalize it or demonstrate it, however you so desire. Okay. And the other option that I mentioned is practical, can be doing the techniques in front of somebody to their satisfaction. Okay. So typically speaking, like I said, the oral exam is the way to go. And that does seem to be typically the more common of the two. Having said that, never say never. So please check with your supervising instructor in terms of how they conduct it. So this is just how I personally tend to lean. Okay. Now, the next piece is the written exam. And in the written exam, if you're doing it in person versus online, might be a little bit different. So I'll talk about those options as well here. The in-person experience is, well, just like you would imagine, paper and pen or pencil. And the structure is mostly short answer. You need to know your information. There's some fill in the blanks, but it's not anything tricky. There's not anything out there to try to get you and fool you. It's not like when I was in med school where you had to do multiple choice options, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I, J, K. And there's all sorts of A and B, but not D, C and E, but not F, that sort of thing. But it's not like that at all. So if you're having flashbacks to, high school and university exams, this is a really straightforward exam. You just need to know your material. So what to study for the written exam? Obviously, you still need to know all the techniques and all that jazz. And then, check out those chapters on things like SB, switching, hydration, and get into what are the common signs and symptoms that go hand in hand with every one of those techniques that are commonly noticed. Another big piece to brush up on, this is a thing that I tend to see people get thrown by a lot, is within the chakra system. So for the chakras and the understanding of them, know what I'm going to refer to as the rainbow man. And if you have the manual in your hands, you know what I mean. You know which one rainbow man is. Just don't obsess about all the charts and trying to memorize them perfectly. No rainbow man. No rainbow man. Okay. And that's my little hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink for you in this video. So please, if you have any questions, comments, queries along the way, always reach out and let me know. I mentioned that there was an online version as well. So it's been in effect now for some months that we can also deliver the exam over Zoom. And essentially for the online portion, that's the written exam, you have the option to either type the answers into the chat feature, and or you will also have the option of just being able to verbalize the answers. So far, all the online exams that I've conducted, so far, everyone has chosen to do the verbal, and I just give people a choice to let them know, go ahead and type it in, or you can let me know, you do you. And almost every single person has instantaneously gone, I'm going to just verbalize it. One person said, oh, I want to start, seeing if I can type it, and said, that's not working for me. I want to verbalize it. So having said that, very open to having people type in their answers if you're thinking that's the way that you want to go, by all means. Okay? Basically, in my opinion, the exam is meant to be a learning experience, not a grilling experience. We're here to find the areas that just might need an extra little bit of TLC to support you in being the very best body talk practitioner you can be. Oh, where did I steal that line from? Okay. All right, I'm going to end on that cheesy note. And again, if you have any questions, comments, queries, feedback, etc., please let me know. I hope that gives you a better sense of the exam. Oh, one last final takeaway that I'll add on to that is the chapter summaries in your manual and the Q&A that they have in there. I would definitely go through and test myself on those Q&A for sure. So make sure you know those questions and answers. And again, as long as you're going through the manual and studying those, you should be in really good shape for your written exam portion. Any questions along the way while you're studying, always available. And that's true whether or not you're choosing to write the exam with me or with any other instructor. If I can provide guidance in any way, shape, or form, I'm more than available. A really great resource that I happen to have is available on my website in the Vibrant Transformation Students area. And if you're listening to this video and you've taken Body Talk Fundamentals, or modules 1 and 2 is the old name for them, and you email me and let me know your instructor and your date of the class, I will happily send you the link to access the students area, which has a ton of Q&A sessions in these study groups that we've done and recorded over the past several years, along with a ton of examples of the questioning procedure, which is usually where people get a bit hung up. I even have the exploring procedure lecture that I offer in my classes in that back end of my website for you. Okay. There's a few other bells and whistles. We go into emotion words and well, I won't give it all away. I'll leave it at that because I promise this would be a quick video. Okay. All right, y'all, have yourselves a wonderful time studying and enjoying this wonderful world of body talk and exploring yourselves along the way as you step into becoming practitioners. And if I can support you in any way, let me know. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye for now.